guys, how are we doing today? Welcome to Just on Tarot. I should have got a drink before I even started this, but oh well. I hope everything is well today. So we're going to take a look into your weekly read. We're going to do a direction. We're going to do work, career, and love. We'll see how it kind of ties together, but we'll go from there. So we're going to start with the fire signs, move on to earth, and then we're going to do air and water. All right. Please check the other placements if you don't feel like anything resonates. You might be sitting in that kind of energy right now. But we are going to be starting with Aries. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest. If it's not your story, please don't make it fit. And you all have free will, so make your own choices. All right. What do we have for Aries? What direction are we looking for Aries? What do we got for Aries? The zodiac sign of Aries. What do we got? Career. So maybe that's what we're focusing on right now. It's time to add extra energy to your career area, or maybe try something new. So we're looking for a new career. We're looking into a new direction, maybe a new path. All right. Let's see what we got going on with Mike. All right. This week for Aries, the zodiac sign of Aries. And what do we have going on for money? All right. Sometimes they want to talk, sometimes they don't. Let's see what we got. Give me one for Aries, please. Retirement. It turned over. Creator. Okay. Oh. Working hard can be a thing of the past. Your creativity is a superpower path to prosperity. So we're going to take them both, but I feel like that's telling me is that the more you create, maybe it adds to those financial, what's the word I'm looking for? Financial prosperity. So it's also maybe you're looking at some kind of different path for yourself. Or it's just you putting some kind of creative spin and you're focused on, like, how am I going to build this nest egg for myself? Energy. What do we have going on for love? What do we have going on for love? All right. For Aries, the zodiac sign of Aries, what do we have for love? We'll take it. Local. You don't have to go far to find me because I already live in your area. Creativity. Again, guys. All right. I'm excited to collaborate with you and curious to see what we create. When two creative souls join forces, the results can be profoundly beautiful and rewarding. So maybe this career stuff is going on because I feel like it's more about loving your job. All right, let's see what we got going on for Aries. A lot of career. I think you're focused on career right now. Maybe not so much love, but how to build, how to create. Oh. All right, what do we got going on for Aries? Okay, we got that Page of Wands, taking that first step forward. So like at least putting the idea or the concept out, you know. We got that Seven of Wands. I feel like that's nothing's going to hold me back type of energy. All right, and what we got over here? All right, King of Wands, a lot of wands. Definitely a lot of passion. It's about, I feel like the one's about standing in your own, right? It's, you definitely want to put something out there. You want to create something, all right? And I feel like nothing's really going to hold you back. You're going to keep fighting for what you want. And I feel like you're going to be successful with this King of Wands. Whatever it is you're working on this week, it's definitely money related. So maybe you are starting to get into building a 401k. Maybe you're starting a new business, and maybe there's something that's local that can help you out. You know, like definitely getting together. The bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords with the Lovers and the Tower. I'm going to take it. And you do have the Three of Pentacles. I'm going to take that. I'm not taking anything else, though. All right. So I feel like you're getting very clear kind of about what you want. You're definitely kind of making a choice. It might kind of like cause a little disruption or a little chaos, but that's all right. And I feel like you're trying to find like the right team to work with this week. So I definitely feel like a lot of it's about career, money. Where am I going to build? I have these ideas. How do I put them into place? You're definitely thinking about like building some kind of nest egg. So I feel like tapping into your more creative side will kind of help. But definitely new thoughts, new ideas, making some kind of decision you have. The Lovers could be about love. Maybe you're trying how to build, what kind of relationship you want to bring in, but I feel it's definitely more about career. And then definitely finding the right team to work with. So that's what I have for Aries this week. So it's a beautiful read. I love it for you guys. We're going to get one advice card for, you know, we're all about the moonology going on this week. All right. And it's just the cards I grabbed. So what advice do we have for Aries this week? What advice? Meditate and contemplate. So maybe getting real. Communication is key. All right. We did see some of that coming out. So that's what I have for you, Aries. Oh, definitely focus on careers and goals this week. All right. What do we have for the Leos? We're moving into Leos now. Sorry, guys. I have to write down all the timestamps. Right. I hope you Leos are having a great day. What do we have for the Leos going into this week ahead? All right. What divine direction do we have for Leos? Okay. We have skills. It's time to learn some new skills, study a course, or start a new hobby. So maybe we're doing something new, or we're brushing up some old skills this week. I feel like we got the skills. It's been like super cold out lately. I'm ready for warmer weather. All right, what do we have for Leos? Career, finance, money. What do we have for Leos? Okay. Give me a second. Pick that up. All right. Healer. You are able to provide great comfort and support to those who are on a healing journey, whether their pain is physical, emotional, or spiritual. So maybe you're looking into maybe becoming some kind of healer, maybe a doctor, maybe a nurse. Maybe you're being divinely guided. Maybe you're getting into like therapy and you're studying. Maybe you're going to school for it, you know, or maybe it's just like something you're researching. All right. What do we have for love for the beautiful Leos? What do we have for love? Are we even focused on love right now? What do we have for love for the Leos? All right, we're going to try one more time, Leos. What do we have for love? Give me one. There we go. Thank you. Learning. Awesome. I love that. That ties into it. All right. Learning. We share an interest in learning and gaining knowledge. We could meet in an educational setting like a class or a seminar. So maybe that's kind of what we're getting into right now is like maybe we're going back to school, maybe we're putting some interest in something, and maybe it's a healing journey for you. Maybe you're working with healers or you're working with doctors, but I definitely feel like learning is kind of the path that you're on. Maybe you'll meet somebody there. I don't know. Let's see what the tarot has to tell us. All right. What do we have for Leos going into this week? All right. Tell us about the skills card over here. You take that. A star. Are we healing? I feel like we're healing. Maybe we're researching ways into heal. You know, we're kind of taking out what we need. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. I feel like right now we're putting our effort and energy into healing, and it's kind of like I feel like also getting balanced. Maybe we're still kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Her foot's in the water, her foot's out of the water. We're kind of pouring out. We definitely are trying to nurture something. Maybe nurture ourselves. Definitely take one. I don't know if YouTube will let me show all that. So sorry, guys. But it definitely has to do with something with a home situation. So maybe we're seeking therapy. Maybe we're trying to get ourselves because our main focus is building some kind of a very happy home life here. And I mean, I feel like with the 7 of Wands here is that like you're digging your heels in, like we're gonna do this, but I feel like it's definitely caused a lot of disruption. It might be like some minor disruptions, but I feel like it's more like tearing something down and kind of rebuilding it. You know, we do have communication that comes in, but it's also about like moving forward. So I don't always see the wands about like forward fast communication as in swift movement, you know, and I feel like trying to find some kind of peace or peaceful resolution in this 6 of Swords. It's like definitely I went through this shattering experience. I'm trying to move past it and find some calm waters, but you're trying to also find like that community that you can work with that can support you, or that you can even like put the work in yourself. Like definitely trying to like maybe with that skills is finding new hobbies to just help your inner soul type of energy. So I definitely feel like this is a healing type of journey, and whatever this tower was, you're trying to move past it. Like you want some peace, maybe some quiet, and you're definitely trying to reach out and find communities to work with, or just somebody. It could be a therapist, could be something. But definitely I feel like going through some kind of healing journey. Oh, and maybe getting enlightened. All right. What do we have from the Moonology? What's our advice for Leos for this week? What's our advice for Leos this week? It says take 2, so we'll take 2. Your commitment is being tested. And balance spirituality and practicality. And I feel like that's kind of like looking into those new skills and learning more about it. But if you've had some kind of issue with commitment, and I feel like it definitely has been tested, So maybe you're trying to find like that happy medium with that star card. I said it earlier, it was like kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of energy. I'll take that how it resonates. Leos, that's what I have for you. We'll be moving on to the Sag. All right. Always got to take time to reset everything when I'm doing this. Sorry, guys. All right. Moving on to Saggies. 15, 20. All right. What do I have for my beautiful Sagittarius? We have recharge. Please slow down. It's not selfish to take time to look out for yourself. All right. So maybe you need to take a break, rest. All right. Maybe you've been go, 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 and you need to stay. All right. What do we have for career and finance? What do we have for career and finance? And all the money is for the Saggies. What do we have for money for the Saggies? The beautiful Sages. All right, one more. One card, please. Yeah, there we go. Schedule. All right. Most forms of prosperity require time and effort to manifest. Do you have the room on your schedule for abundance you are waiting to attract? So maybe you're setting some kind of deadline for yourself and you're waiting for everything to come in, and the universe is telling you, you know, slow down, pace yourself, okay? Not everything shows up on your timeline or the way you want it. So, like, take a deep breath, take some care of yourself, okay? All right, what do we have for Sagi and the love department? All right, what do we have for Saggies? All right, unworthy. Our love will be the greatest love you've ever known. Do you have doubts about your worthiness to receive love? So maybe that's what this is about. Maybe you feel like you're timing or you're waiting for somebody to come in and you're feeling like it's not on your scheduled timeline. But I mean, love's not really on anybody's timeline. It's just when it's ready type thing. And maybe you need to take the break out with that recharge and focus a little bit on yourself. All right, let's see what we have for the Sagittarius. Beautiful Saggies. All right, what do we have for Sagittarius this week? What is coming in this week? What do we got? Ooh, feeling like we're carrying some kind of burden, or we're holding on to too much. We definitely have that Emperor. It's like, when's this going to come? I'm dead set on this. I need to have it done by now type of energy. All right, tell me about unworthy, please. One card for unworthy. I got super hungry all of a sudden. All right, one card for unworthy, please. I don't want all that. Maybe it doesn't want to tell me. I feel like with that recharge and that 10 of Wands, there we go. All right, Death card. It's telling me that maybe you've been holding on to too much, you've been carrying, or like, I can do this, I can keep doing this. And it's telling you to maybe slow down, stop, take a break, like recharge yourself. With the scheduling, maybe you're dealing with a boss that's like, I have to have everything on this specific time schedule, and it's like not getting where I need to. With unworthy, I feel like maybe it's a thought process that needs to change. If you're kind of tying this all together, I feel like it's maybe allow yourself to take a breather, you know, maybe don't be so hard on yourself this week, all right? And maybe let go of some of the negative thinking you have, like that thought process. Well, am I good enough because this person has this, or so on and so forth, and I don't have it yet? That type of energy. Okay, we do have the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles on the bottom. So I feel like I don't really feel so much as lying as more as planning, like how am I going to make this work? You know, maybe you're starting to get your emotions a little bit under control, and you're definitely have your sights on something, but there's something that you got to kind of release. So I feel like that's with that Death card. And so I think the universe is just telling you, sit back. Everything kind of happens in its own time. All right. And maybe start feeling worthy of those things that you want, whether this is love, career, any of that. So it's definitely about maybe letting go some of those burdens, maybe not being so hard on yourself, definitely transforming the way you think about situations and plotting your next forward movement. So maybe you're plotting on learning how to get a little bit emotionally aware. You know, you definitely want to see something grow, but there's something that you have to like let go of. The Four of Pentacles like hold on so tight to what it is. This could be an idea, this could be a thought process, it could be your last coin, but I don't feel like money is really on the table right now. So, all right, that's what I have for you, Sagis. All right, let's get an advice card for the Sagittarius. All right, what do we have for Sagis? 2. We have 2. One second. All right. We have adjustments are required, and I think that's that thought process. And the energy is gaining momentum. But, you know, it's all about trusting that you're worthy enough to receive it. Okay? So, like, I feel like this is all about kind of bringing your manifestations, I can't talk, into fruition, whatever that is, love, relationship, career, but maybe adjust some things, change things up, transform them. All right, that's what I have for you. All right. Thank you, my lovely fire signs, for coming. So we are moving on to my earth signs. Where are my beautiful Taurus at? Hopefully all is well. All right. All right, my beautiful Sagis. Going into the earth signs. My beautiful Sagis. I just said Sagis. Sorry, we're doing Taurus. My beautiful Taurus. All right, what do we have for Taurus going into this week? What do we have for Taurus? Animals. Animals are important to you. Animals heal, comfort, and relax you. So I feel like with the animals card is about getting out with nature and maybe going for a walk in the park, you know, or maybe you got a puppy, you need to curl up with your puppy, or even your kitty. All right. What do we have for career, money, finance? What we got going on for that? All right. Career, money, and finance. Dream home. When you're living your best every life, try that again. When you're living your best life every day, your dream home is your actual home. Okay, so maybe you're thinking about how to create your home, or you're thinking about your dream home, but you can always make whatever house you have into your dream home, you know. Maybe you're trying to fill it with animals. Who knows? All right, what do we have for love? What do we have for love for the Taurus? I don't know why my brain always fizzles out on Taurus. All right, toxic. Okay. Would you want to expose your soulmate to the person that you are today? Are you the person that I deserve to be with? Toxic. So maybe we're cleansing at our home. Right. Interesting, Taurus. Animals, dream home, and toxic. I feel like it starts with this. Is maybe releasing some kind of toxicity, because there is a certain aspect in your home that you are wanting to make it a dream home. And I feel like maybe with the animals card, it's telling you to get out in nature. There's definitely something you want to heal. Maybe you're getting a cat, maybe you're getting a dog, or you're getting some kind of animal that helps you comfort. Let's see what this animals is about for Taurus. What do we have for animals? We have, maybe there's a lot of fighting, a lot of conflict going on right now, right? You know, you're starting to bury yourself. Shut down. With the Four of Swords coming in. We have the Eight of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. So I feel like maybe you're moving away from some kind of home situation, celebration. Maybe you're moving away from a marriage. And I think you're starting to set some boundaries and maybe start to work on yourself. You know, I feel like with this Five of Swords, like, he's just carrying those three swords and he's just kind of walking away. He's like, this might not be my battle anymore. You know, I'm going to focus on myself, those things I want. And maybe you're not talking to somebody about it. You're being very closed off, quiet. You're just contemplating on whatever the situation is. Okay, whether it's home, work, and that. But I definitely feel like maybe you're moving on from maybe a marriage, maybe a familiar, I can't say the word, but a family situation or something along that lines. Like, pushing through. It might be, maybe you're getting messages. I really just feel like it's you pushing on or moving forward. You know, you're getting clear about where you want to put your effort and energy into this week. All right, with that Ace of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. It's like you're focused maybe solely on building this one thing, but you need to kind of go back and polish up the rest. Okay, but maybe that's what it's telling you, is like, animals are very healing property. If you're not feeling like you're very loved, you definitely tend to love animals a little bit more. With that dream home, I feel like this is getting really deep down about, like, what you see. I don't think it's just about the home in particular, because a house is a house. You make it a home. You know, it's about putting your creativity into your space. So I feel like this is really taking some kind of deep dive or moving into the path of what that means for you And I feel like maybe with this Four of Swords and this Toxic card is kind of like pulling that energy back and maybe starting to work on some things, whether that's somebody else or that's you in this aspect. But I do feel like it's definitely pushing through some kind of family situation, some kind of marriage, something along that lines, and really maybe having some new ideas, new concepts on where to work, what needs to be worked on this week. All right, that's what I have for you guys. All right, let's get you a advice card from the Moonology deck. I don't know why I picked this one, but whatever. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Okay, and I think that might be some of it. That's kind of like that Hermit energy, is like maybe walking away from those past situations, kind of really putting the thought, the effort, really kind of doing a deep dive into it, but definitely pushing through something. All right, that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope it resonates. I feel like it's more specific to maybe a few people, not so much everybody. So I guess whoever needs to hear it will hear it. All right, we're moving on to Virgos. All right, what divine direction are we moving in today, Virgos? All right, what do we have for Virgos? Birth. This is a time of new beginnings. Embrace new life with open arms. I love that. That's pretty. So maybe you're coming up with some new ideas. Maybe you are having, birthing a new idea. I made that weird, but that's okay. Maybe you are actually in birth. You're having birth this week. Reminds me of the Empress card, like being creative, like fill in the flow. All right, what do we have for career and finance? Career and finance. Anything for Virgos this week? All right, one more. Just give me one card, please. Or give me, yeah, there we go. Thank you. Advocate. You will find so much fulfillment in working for a cause that you believe in. All right. And love. What do we have for love for Virgos going into this week? What do we have for love? One card, please. Thank you. Appreciate it. Network. All right. There's a potential for our paths to cross workplace or through professional endeavors. So maybe you're starting a new career. You're getting into a new job. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I have a pretty sage candle. It smells really good. But you're definitely maybe trying to look at things differently with this birth idea. And you're allowing things to come in that you didn't expect. We do have the beautiful Page of Wands. It's like taking that first step. With Advocate, I feel like this is maybe finding a new job into something that you feel fulfills you. Doesn't so much have to be like an actual advocator, but more like you can see all those moons and stars up there. It's definitely seeing like what your dreams. Maybe you're moving into your dream job. Maybe you're just kind of like, ooh, Knight of Cups coming out. Like you're putting those offers in. You're putting that out there into the world. You're definitely showing it some kind of love. What do we got going on over here with network? We got 2. I hear nothing's going to hold me down. All right. So we got the 10 of Wands with the Hierophant over here. All right. 10 of Cups on the bottom with the Queen of Cups, the Lovers, and the World. Ooh, I like this. So it's definitely some kind of soul fulfillment. You know, I feel like, you know, definitely like it's something you love. You care about. This could be a relationship. This could be a job. Or just some kind of idea how to change something for the better. But I think it definitely has something to do with a home life. Something you're very passionate about. But there's a decision that had to be made with that Lover's card. And I feel like it's maybe one door closing, one door opening type of situation. This may be about love. You know, maybe you want to start dating again. Maybe you want to start a new career path. And you're definitely like putting yourself out there. You're putting the idea out there. You're definitely showing it some love. You're walking toward it. You're like, I have this for you. Will you take it? But at the same time with the networking, like, you know, you're also kind of feeling like it's a little much at times, but you got faith. Like you're definitely like, I can do this type of energy. And I think it comes to like creating those dreams, those hopes, your wishes that you want. And really being open to kind of receive that in with that Queen of Cups. But some kind of choice has to be made. Like, you have to make some kind of choice what direction you want to go in. The Lovers is ultimately a choice card. It's a decision. And like, I think this is about a decision on whether or not you're ready to close a chapter in some aspect of your life. Okay. Take that for however it resonates. All right. Well, let's get you a Moonology card and see where we're going with this. Sometimes I pick them, sometimes I fall. It just depends. Nothing will come of this situation. I don't know what that means for you. We got meditate and contemplate on the back. Nothing will come of this situation. Void of course, moon. I feel like that's telling you is like more like there's nothing wrong with creating new ideas or having new ideas, birthing new ideas. Nothing will come of this situation. You got the Queen of Pentacles. For my advice for that is nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. You know, those seeds you planted, you know, it's time to take care of those. I don't know who that resonates with, but we're going to go with it. I think it's a potential right now. All right, well, we're moving on to the Cappies. All right. Or, you know, maybe that's kind of like that question that's been in your head. Virgos is like, maybe you've been so dead set on something that you're not moving forward with. The universe is trying to tell you there's nothing going to come of that situation. Whatever that is for you, I have no idea. All right. Moving on to the Cappies. All right, Lily Capricorns. What do we got going on for you guys? Going into this week. What do we have going on for the Cappies? We have trust. Trust in your intuition and what you are feeling, sensing, seeing, or experiencing. Trust. All right. I love that for you guys. All right. What career message we got? Market finance for the Capi is going into this week. All right, what do we have going on for the Cappies? Money finance. Oh, we're not going to take all that. If it was to come back out, it will. All right, there we go. Career change. Love that. All right. Does your career fully align with who you are physically, emotionally, or spiritually? And I love that because there's always a key. Like you hold the key to unlock that door. So maybe that's a question you're asking yourself this way. Is this job really right for me? Is this career path? Like, where do I want to be? And you're just kind of allowing yourself to trust yourself this week. All right, what do we have for love? All right. What do we got going on for love? For the Cappies. What do we have for the Cappies? We have searching. I'm not ready to be with you yet because I'm still searching for myself and I don't really know who I am yet. So searching. We got this beautiful clock over here, multicolored. All good things and all good time type of energy. All right. And what do we have for the Cappies going into this week? What do we have for Capricorns going into this first week of May? On to the Cappies. So like right now you're just kind of trusting yourself in which direction you want to align in. I don't really feel like you're looking so much for love as you're just maybe searching for things that you do love. Type of energy. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming out. So we have the Two of Cups. And we have the Eight of Swords. Hangman, the Knight of Pentacles, the Sun, and the High Priestess. All about trusting yourself this week, are we? I feel like maybe we're getting some kind of higher alignment. You know, maybe we're looking at things differently, especially to like build something financial, something you can be proud of type of energy. Whatever you're doing is definitely making you happy. Maybe you're trying to get out, heard, seen. You're kind of stepping into your own right now, and you're really, really just trusting yourself to whatever this is. We do have the Queen of Pentacles with this trust. I feel like it's maybe you have an idea out there and it's not like completely financially abundant to you, but you're just trusting that it's going to grow. You're going to nurture it however you choose to nurture it. With career change, I think this is stepping in a more in a path that you feel happy with or that you're very content with, you feel fulfilled with. I feel like it's definitely bringing in a lot of love, support for you. And I feel like this is like universe's way saying that you are supported. With searching here, we have the Eight of Swords. It's kind of being still a little bit stuck in your own head and maybe being trapped. Maybe you're searching for new ideas. Maybe you're searching for who you really are type of energy. But I do think that with the Hangman, the Nine of Pentacles, the Sun, and the High Priestess is that you are definitely looking at things differently. Like, I feel like it's starting to put you in this energy of where you're like really feeling good and you're looking on the brighter side of things. You're definitely, I think, trying to break free of something. And you're really just trusting yourself. And I really, really love that. I've been using Moonology, but I'm not really feeling that right now for some reason. So I'm gonna go with this one. So give me a second, guys. If I can get the cards out. It's a really pretty deck. All right, what do we have for Cappies for this week? All right, what do I have for Capricorns this week? What's their advice? All right, what we got? We got build. What am I integrating? The beaver. So I feel like your advice this week is to build. Like whatever this is, career-wise, is to build. You know, it may take some time. You may have to spend some time like searching around, doing things, trying to figure out like where it's growing, how to grow it, maybe different ideas, stuff like that. But, you know, it definitely looks really good this week. All right, that's what I have for you, beautiful Capricorns. We are now moving on to our lovely air signs. All right, we're going on to Gemini. I can't read that. 4611. All right. How's our lovely Gemini gang doing? All right. If everybody's wondering, I'm going to put this right here. That's my pretty little sage candle. All right. So what do I have for the Geminis? What do we got? Career. It's time to add extra energy to your career. Maybe try something new. Right. Maybe you're overwhelmed or tired of what you're currently doing. Maybe you need to put a little more effort into it, a little pep in the step type of thing. I feel like somebody else went that too. I don't remember what sign. I know Taurus, maybe. All right. What do I have for Geminis going into this week? We have freedom of time. The freedom to do whatever you want with your time is one of the ultimate benchmarks of abundant life. You are a master of your own schedule. So maybe that's what you're trying to do is build your own career. Maybe start something new, or maybe you're trying to build something new timing. Oh, funny. Yeah, well. All right. I didn't even ask, but thanks. Awakening. I'm going through a spiritual awakening right now. I am transforming into the person I am chosen to become. So maybe that's what you're doing. Getting some kind of higher alignment to which way you need to go, where your energy needs to be in your career life, and definitely maybe making your own schedule. You know, maybe you've had a job lately that's been just draining and taking up all the time and not allowing for anything else to come in. Ooh, King of Wands in the reverse. All right. We have the Tower. And we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So, the King of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Hangman. So, I feel like that's telling me is like, yeah, you feel financially stable, but at the same time, like, I think you're kind of done over it with this Five of Swords. Maybe it's been kind of conflicting with you. You know, they're not really battling. He's just kind of walking away from it. He's like, this isn't my fight. It's maybe not something I want to do. I kind of want to do my own thing. And maybe you're trying to see how to get those things done with that hangman there. It's like looking at options, ideas, and you're just kind of sitting in that energy with the Kings of Wands. In reverse, it tells me that, like, you don't really have any effort to put into some kind of situation. Maybe you just have no love for your job, no passion for it. There's no drive. We have the Tower, you know, maybe you feel like it's just making your life a little chaotic and your world's kind of crashing down around you and you're just kind of feeling still and stagnant. Nothing's moving, nothing's changing, nothing's growing. And it's just, I just feel like you're kind of over it type of energy. It's like, I'm here, but that's all you're really getting right now. I feel like this is so much as a love read, as in, like, maybe it's a job that you want to move away from, or you definitely want to change it because you feel like it causes, like, a lot of chaos in your life. And it just kind of makes you feel stuck. Most of the time, I feel like kind of stuck energy right now. I mean, your money looks good, whatever you're doing, but I think you've mentally checked out. Take that for whatever it's worth. I don't know. All right, what do we have for Geminis? What do we got? Work. What is mine for the doing? All right, definitely focused on work. I don't know if I need to grab you like another advice card. Knight of Cups. Move to where your passion goes. That's what I got. All right, for my beautiful little Geminis, definitely definitely focus on where you're headed or where you're not headed. I don't know. Sorry, guys. All right, moving on to Libras. What do we have for our beautiful Libras? 5206. All right. What do we have for our beautiful Libras? Right, my lovely Libras. Move. Get up and get active. The gentle exercise, such as yoga, Tai Chi, or Pilates. Maybe go on a walk, but get up and move. Go do something. Okay? Maybe you've been a couch potato lately, and the universe is telling you, get up, move, changes your energy. All right. What do we have for career and finance for our Libras? Our beautiful Libras. That came out fast. Healer. You're able to provide great comfort and support to those who are on a healing journey, whether their pain is physical, emotional, or spiritual. So maybe that's what you're moving towards. All right. What do we have for love for our beautiful Libras? What do we have for love? You know, getting up and moving is also kind of like a healing energy. I feel like all these cards are going to want to come out, but it says to take that one, so I don't know what it is. We'll see. Baggage. Are you truly healed enough for me to walk into your life today? Baggage. Maybe that's what you're needing to move past, is that baggage. But that starts with 1 foot forward. All right. So what we got for the tarot for Libras? What do we have for Libras? My beautiful Libra signs. The beautifully balanced. All right, what do we have for Libras? What do we have for Libras? This keeps coming out in reverse. See, that's that unmoving energy. Like, you need to get out and move. Definitely stuck in your head right now. Like, why aren't we going anywhere? Why are we moving? All right. Why are we so stuck in our head? All right. What's this baggage card? Give me one, please, for baggage. One for baggage, please. All right. Coming out in reverse. Are you undecided? Undecided? You're not going to make a decision right now? Like, what are we doing here? Oh. You're trying to gain some higher perspective. Maybe you're stuck. That's what's going on. All the doggies mug when my husband comes in the house. You know, especially when it comes to like your wishes, your wants, your dreams, your hopes, and stuff like that. Maybe we've been in some type of conflicting energy, maybe fighting that Five of Swords, but I think it definitely has to do with some kind of home situation, and the Five of Wands and the Four of Pentacles on here. And I feel like you've been holding on to a lot of things mentally that maybe you need to release a little bit. Take that for whatever it's worth. But right now I feel like you're just kind of in this stuck energy, or definitely maybe going round and round in your head, you know. And I think it's because you're trying to make a decision, but you haven't really made a decision. Maybe it's with, I feel like this is maybe a person in your life that you care deeply about, whether that be your significant other, a friend. Maybe it is a career that you used to love that you're not so much loving anymore, type of energy. But I think you're definitely trying to find a way to make your dreams come true. Maybe looking at the options that are out there. You're definitely gaining some new perspective on something. And I feel like whatever it is you've been going through has been like just kind of like a mentally challenging test to get to whatever this Ten of Cups is for you. You know, I feel like you're just walking away from any kind of fighting, drama, BS that you have going on. But all that starts with is a step. You have to get out. You have to move. You know, I feel like this healer with the Eight of Swords is like, stop going around and around in your head. Maybe take that time to go see a healer. Maybe learn how to start to heal yourself. And I really feel like, you know, once you start releasing some of the baggage, then it helps you make that choice, that decision, whatever it is that you're wanting, that you're kind of undecided about. So, not really quite sure what that situation is for you Libras, but I feel like you are definitely just currently stuck right now. All right, dive. What is ready for action? All right, dive. Maybe you need to dive into something. But definitely action cards are your advice. Get up and move. Do something. Maybe go see a healer. Maybe change something out. No. But that's what I have for you, beautiful Libras. Oh. All right. And those on the back. All right. Moving on to Aquas, my Aquarius. How are you guys doing today? 5842. Right. All right. What do we have for Aquas? The beautiful Aquarius sign, the water carriers. All right. What do we have for the Aqua babies? Decide. And clearing. It came out. We'll take it. Decide. It's time for you to make a decision. Call upon your spirit guides for help. Clearing. Remove energy blockages by clearing out unwanted emotional and material clutter. So maybe you're deciding to do a little spring cleaning. Maybe you're deciding to do a little emotional cleaning. So, but it's asking you to make a decision. What are we clearing out? What are we moving? Like, It's definitely a decision to be made. All right, what do we have for career and finance? Career and finance. Oh, freedom of location. A truly prosperous life is one filled with freedom to travel and freedom to live in locations that you desire. Freedom of location. So maybe that's kind of what we're deciding or we're clearing out. You know, maybe we're packing for a move. We're trying to decide where we're wanting to go. All right, what do we have for love? What do we have for love? Going into this week, searching. I'm not ready to be with you yet because I'm still searching for myself and I don't really know who I am yet. All right. Searching. Maybe you are doing that deep dive of clearing and searching. I feel like this is more about a move. Maybe you're looking at different locations. Maybe you're deciding if this is the right time. You know, maybe with that clearing, you're packing, cleaning out the house. You're getting rid of things you don't need, things you don't want to move. All right, what do we got going on? All right, everything is popping out. The Queen of Pentacles. You know, nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. All right, what do we have for Aquarius? What do we have for Aquarius? What do we have? This clearing and decide. Give me one card for that, please. Or two. We'll take it. Ooh. Healing and travel. I like that. Maybe you're going on vacation. Maybe you're deciding to go on a vacation. You know, kind of moving forward, traveling, getting out of your own head, especially if you've been dealing with somebody who has been lying to you or a situation that's been deceptive and you feel like you're trying to close the chapter on that. So maybe that's what you're deciding to clear out of your energy. We have the Fool with Page of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom. I feel like this is you maybe deciding where to take that leap at. I feel like you're kind of, do I do it? Do I not do it? You know, but I feel like you're starting to work your way in that with the Page of Pentacles is like holding that coin out and making that first offer. I feel like this is something you've been manifesting or something that you've been working on for a really long time. The Seven of Pentacles is kind of like a, I planted my seeds, I'm slowly watching them grow type of energy. And it's something you've definitely been manifesting. So maybe you've been, you know, saving up money and you're planning this. I feel like with the Star and the Eight of Wands, it's definitely like a wish fulfillment, a direction you want to move into. Maybe it's like a dream vacation, dream home, dream house type situation, but you need to decide like where you're going. And I feel like you're starting to clear out some of that energy with that freedom of location. This could be like planning, strategizing of where we're going. How am I going to get there? How am I going to afford everything? And that searching is like, I feel like the World Cup, it's like anywhere in the world type of energy. It's also like closing that chapter out and starting something new. And I really, really love that for you guys. Like, that's really, really good energy to be in. All right. What do I have for the beautiful Aquarius? What do we have for Aquarius? It wants to come out, so we're going to let it. What do I have for Aquarius? What internal knowing can I access in human form? Remember. All right. What can I learn and what can I learn from observation? Notice. So maybe you're starting to remember some of those dreams that you used to have, or you're starting to notice like different things that are around you. I love crows. Crows are really cool. Here we go. And then you have this little 13-lined ground squirrel. It's really cute. It's like squirrels to me are like type of energy, and crows like really take time to pay attention. So I think it's definitely it's definitely a decide card. Remembering kind of what you want and noticing how it makes you feel type of energy. Don't take it for what it's worth. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Right. I didn't plan on reading so much oracle cards today, but I don't know. That's what I was called to do. So that's what we're doing. Moving on to Cancers. 10532. All right. My beautiful Cancerians. What do we have for you guys? What do we have for the Cancerians? The Krabby Patties. All right. We have family. Family is everything. Reconnect with them or tell them that you love them. And I love that. Oh, sorry guys. I'm getting a little sluggish. I'm getting a little bit of a headache. So I don't know why. All right. Let's see what we have for career. For Cancer. Let's see what's going on. We have Fortune. Love that. Beautiful diamond. Give me a second and I will read it. When fortune appears in your life, limitations disappear. As you sit back and watch your dreams manifest before your eyes, you're fulfilled with a profound sense of gratitude and wonder. And I love that. So maybe spend some family time and kind of like allow that to kind of work for you. Or, you know, spending time with family is kind of like a fortune in itself. All right. What do we have for love? For the Cancerians, we have that. We have lessons. There are still lessons I have to learn before I can be ready for you. All right. So I think that's about learning some type of lesson, maybe in its right timing. But I feel like right now, take the time to reconnect with your family, maybe play some games, go out, get some ice cream. That's what I might be doing later today. But I guess it depends on how you look at fortune. Like, do you feel like it's money? Do you feel like it's time? Do you feel like it's like being fortunate to having those loved ones around you? And everything is a lesson. So maybe that's what you're still kind of learning right now, is those lessons. And it has this beautiful hourglass on it. You know, everything kind of just comes in its own time. So I love that for you guys. All right, what do we have for Cancer? All right, give me one for family, please. All right. We have the Death card. Not always a bad thing, guys. All right. We have the Star. And we have two that flipped over. I'm going to take them. All right. We have... Ooh, what you got going on over here, dude? All right. So we have the Three of Swords with the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Lovers. So I feel like whatever the situation is, like maybe it's caused you a little bit of heartbreak, but I feel like you're starting to pull out. Maybe you're a little worried about finances right now too. But definitely maybe walking away from some kind of situation. You know, the Five of Pentacles is about leaving stuff out in the cold. I feel like you're still kind of going round and round in your head with that Eight of Swords, you know, and it's definitely some kind of decision. But you do have the Cancer card, the Chariot, your own power, and the World sitting behind there with Justice. Good God, guys. All right. I feel like whatever path you're trying to make, it's definitely something new for you. And it feels good with that Justice card. It feels balanced. It feels right. It feels like it's meant to be type of energy. With the family situation, I feel like reconnecting with them, that might be something that you're trying to do or transform. I don't feel like it's like an ending to a family, but maybe more family support, or you're really calling upon your family, and maybe you've been kind of closed off lately, and that you're trying to show them some love, and you're trying to just spend time with them. That fortune, I feel like this is kind of like letting your wishes out there. And with the lessons, I feel like you're definitely putting in opportunities into the Six of Swords. Like every opportunity you put in just kind of fulfills you a little bit more. You know, it kind of brings some kind of peacefulness to yourself. If you're looking at this from a love perspective, I feel like something needs to change, something needs to transform. You know, maybe something ended, you're trying to heal from it, and maybe you have somebody bringing in some kind of apology, but you're just kind of pushing forward for whatever that's worth. But I definitely feel like you've been in a situation where, you know, something kind of broke in you, and you're currently trying to get out of that energy right now, but you're definitely kind of maybe stuck in your head about what direction you need to go in or what decision you need to make. But I think the universe is trying to tell you, like, keep pushing. You know, this is a new chapter in your life. Everything will balance itself out, but definitely with the death and family here, I think it's about maybe transforming, or maybe I feel like you're ending something to spend more time with family is what I'm really feeling. You know, and that's kind of like your wish fulfillment. Maybe that's what your fortune is spending that more time. All right. I don't know. I love that. It's kind of a good energy to be in. All right. We have the Sun card. No explanation. It's just straight happiness. So I love that. It's beautiful. I feel like you're just kind of working through some stuff. It doesn't feel like it's really just big stuff. Maybe little minute decisions that you're kind of working through at the time. Anything else for Cancer right now? Anything else? I'm fully claiming my authority to defend. And I feel like that's a beautiful badger too. Is kind of what you're working on right now, is defending that time. Especially with that justice there. Alright, that's what I have for you, beautiful Cancerians. Kind of love that for you guys. I think it's beautiful. Alright, reset these, and we're going to get a drink, and we're going to move on to my beautiful Scorpios. I got 11202. All right, my beautiful Scorpios. Yes, my water is blue. All right, what do I have for my Scorpios? That's a lot, guys. Abundance. Great news is heading your way. Abundance is coming to you in many forms. Flow. You need to be more flexible in your life. Allow yourself to go with the flow. Guides. Your spirit guides are there to help you communicate with your spirit guides today. And music. Express yourself by playing instruments or singing. Music will uplift your spirits. I think you got a message there. So I feel like right now you're focused on trying to bring something in. And it's probably abundance, money. But you need to allow yourself to kind of feel in the flow. Maybe get out of your head about it. If you're looking for some guidance and you're just kind of open yourself up to allowing that to come in. Maybe turn the music on once in a while. Just get lost in a song. You know, songs also have messages in it, so maybe there's something in there you need to hear. But I definitely feel like finding your flow is kind of where you're at right now. All right, what do we have for money, career, finances? What do I got for that? All right, my beautiful Scorpios. Wait. Healers came out a lot today. You are able to provide great comfort, support in those who are on a healing journey, whether they're in pain, physical, emotional, or spiritual. So, everybody's kind of working on the healing, or, maybe they're saying something that is healing. All right, what do we have for love for Scorpios? What do we have for love? What do we have for love? All right, the one. The person who can understand you in a way that nobody else can. I feel like that's maybe what you're looking for right now. But I think maybe you're healing for this person. All right. That's going to do it. What do we have going on for Scorpios? What do we have going on for Scorpios this week? The World. Ending something to begin something new. All right. What do we got for the Skeeler card? All right, what do we have? All right. The Six of Cups. I feel like that's about nostalgia. Maybe some innocent love. Maybe somebody from the past. What do we got? I feel like I'm totally zoned out right now, guys. All right, give me one more. There we go. King of Swords, the one. We have the Ace of Pentacles, Justice, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is saying that you're putting your effort and energy. This might be a new business prospect. This might be, maybe a change in... It's new. It's definitely new. Aces are about new energy. So I definitely feel like it's a new business offer, maybe a new idea, maybe a new creation, something along that lines. And it's like maybe kind of balancing out something. I feel like it's gonna work in your favor type of energy. So I feel like you're kind of keeping it closed off to yourself, but you are definitely nurturing that kind of idea. If this is a love situation, I feel like this is building something a little bit firmer. Maybe you feel like the relationship is a little bit more balanced, and maybe you're a little closed off to it, but you are definitely still trying to nurture this. You do have the Two of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, so I feel like maybe timing is when that's supposed to bring that in. Flow, abundance, guides, music. I feel like it's all kind of telling me the same thing. Is like once you start allowing yourself to kind of flow with things, you open yourself up to listening, you open yourself up to different things, and maybe what you need to be listening to is music. So maybe there's something you're hearing in what music you listen to. It definitely creates some form of abundance for you. But I think that the World card is telling you, like, it's time. This is your time. That cycle is done. It's time to start something new, especially with the Ace of Pentacles here. And with the Healer, it's maybe you're needing to heal something from the past, or maybe you need to get some kind of closure. You don't always get closure from people, so maybe it's some closure that you need to get just from yourself. Or you could just have some innocent love offers coming in, or I feel like maybe, looking into being a little bit more playful. The Six of Cups to me is kind of like an innocent card. It's really pretty. And he's offering these flowers to her, and you know, it's just cute. It's innocent, and I love that. The one I feel like is somebody that you want that is very, he makes it happen. Like, if he says it, he does it type of energy, and not so much as like he says it and then doesn't do it type of energy, or she. I don't know. I feel like this is more about kind of filling yourself type of energy, or like really focusing on what you want to create, what you want to build, who you're willing to build it with. And I don't feel like you're going to build it with somebody that lacks that King of Swords energy. You know, that person that says it and then does it. He shows up. He's good at communicating. He's very boss-like. All right, what do we have for Scorpios? I feel like that was kind of an off-the-wall read, but whatever. Oh. I would like to know what you're building down here with this Ace of Pentacles, though. All right, hold. What riches do I carry within? How can I safeguard what is sacred to me? Protect and hold. Hold and protect. I feel like that's that holding and protecting energy right here. Like, maybe you're keeping your ideas close to your chest, but you're still, you know, nurturing what those ideas are. Whether this is romantic, whether this is a career. But I think the universe is definitely telling you that, you know, if it's somebody or something or an idea that you want to create, like, it's your time, you know. Just maybe get out of your head a little bit, or, you know, find the right people to build with. And you did have the Nine of Cups under there, so it's definitely about like fulfilling those wishes or those dreams. All right, take that how it resonates. That was kind of a weird message, so it is what it is, though. All right, we are moving on. I did like it though, but I really think you need to like go sit in your car and just turn on the radio and just see what plays. All right, what do we have for Pisces? 122:16. All right, my beautiful Pisces. What do we have for the Pisces? All right. What do we have for Pisces? What do we have for the beautiful Pisces? Anything at all? Sometimes they want to come out, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just all fly out. We have communicate. Communicate with others more freely. Speak up. You have the right to be heard. Goals. It's time for you to take goals off the back burner. Go after them. So maybe you're communicating what your goals are. Maybe you've been kind of putting your goals on the back burner and you're not communicating with people on how to achieve those, or how to be like, hey, I have things to work on too. So, I do love that. You do have the right to be heard. Right. What do we have for Pisces going on this week? I feel like this week has been like a monthly read. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. Give me one for Pisces, please. All right. Ooh, unworthy. And technically, it's in the reverse, so we'll see what it says. Do you genuinely believe in your worthiness to obtain abundance you desire? Okay. I feel like right now, with that coming out in the reverse, that yes, you do. Maybe you're starting to communicate. You're starting to put your life back together. Type of energy, like focusing on your goals instead of everybody else's type of energy. All right, what do we have for love? Beautiful love for Pisces. All right, what do we have? feel like my lights can break. Maybe that's what it is. All right, one more. One for love, please. Are we not focused on love right now? Like, what are we doing here, Pisces? Thank you. Lost. I've been looking for you and all the wrong people. Lost. So maybe you're a little lost right now. It's understandable. All right, let's see what the tarot has to tell you. All right. What do we have for Pisces? Okay, we got the Hermit. We have the King of Cups. And I have the Emperor in reverse. Got the Eight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Swords. All right. Now, I feel like you're moving towards putting offers in. Maybe these are those goals you're starting to work in, and you're definitely you're like, I need to get this done. This is the direction I'm headed. I'm putting the work in this way, and these are my goals. These are my offers. This is what I'm working on. Okay, I feel like maybe you've been so focused on these three cups down here that you're missing out on opportunities, and it's kind of just put you in a very quiet state, and you're just kind of pulling your energy back right now. We have communicated goals. We have the Hermit. So it's definitely about allowing yourself to go down your own path. With Unworthy, I feel like this is you finally getting in a place where you're emotionally content. All right. With Lost and the Emperor reverse, I think it's maybe no longer dealing with a lot of the energy that kind of pushes you to focus on things that are not yours type of energy. I feel like it's a really good read, though. Like, you're definitely taking that time out to focus on the things you want, the goals that you want, your own little star. That is the star and his little lantern here. You know, you're very emotionally clear about it. You're not raising a fuss. I don't feel like you're in any way, shape, or form trying to be a jerk about things, so to speak. With that Lost card, I feel like it's about really just kind of finding yourself. You know, maybe you've put so much of yourself on the back burner that you're trying to fill, or that you're feeling that unworthiness, and you're starting to get out of that energy now. But it has kind of got you off course a little bit, and you're really just trying to move back on course, put those offers back into place, you know, especially if you feel like you've been missing opportunities, and it's really just kind of put you in a quiet type of mood. It's not a bad read. I think it's just about really communicating what your needs and wants are this week. All right, what do I have for my beautiful Pisces? What do I have for Pisces? That came flying. Anything else for Pisces? All right, we have two. We have Stock and Mac. Okay. Is my pursuit an honorable and is my pursuit on? I can't read, but it's really pretty. Is my pursuit both honorable and focused? Mountain Lion. I feel like that's kind of that Hermit energy right there. Where do I give and where do I receive? There's no Justice or Six of Pentacles, but I feel like that's kind of the energy we got going on. Like, what do you need to give to? What do you need to allow yourself? And that's kind of the feeling worthy of being able to have anything. And once you start allowing yourself to kind of receive some of that in, it definitely put you more on the right track, but you have to communicate that. It's all about communicating, whether you're communicating with the universe, whether you're communicating with a person, a partner, a job, whatever that is. And, definitely take time to focus on your own goals, your own dreams. I feel like that's kind of what you're walking towards right now. I definitely love that for you. Like, overall, it looks like it's a really good week for you. Definitely coming kind of back into your own. All right, that's what I have for you, beautiful Pisces. All right. So, thank you for joining me today. As always, please stay weird. If you did like this, please show me some love. Like, share, subscribe if you want. If you don't, that's totally okay. I definitely appreciate your time. So, stay weird and have a great day. Thanks, guys.